Hello there, and welcome to RSF1 Racing Series Formula 1 League Division 5 USA Grand Prix. Tonight, your streamer is RSF1 Raikkonen, and the co-coms this evening joining me in the box for the first time our partnership is Toxic CW. Evening, mate.
Evening. How we doing?
There we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Source. It's nice to hear from you. Nice to see you there, ready and waiting, watching your race. Well, not watching your race, but watching the race. Okay, so USA. Toxic. Have you got championship standings ready, or do you want me to go through them?
I can look them up real quick.
Okay.
Aye, so it's a two-horse battle as far as we know, Scotsman and JC Racer, but JC Racer today does have the quality back as well, so she'll be starting from the back, so she'll need to work a bit through the field nice and quick to try and get the points. So it goes Scotsman with 263 points, Jesse Racer 214 points, Daniel P 45 is 156 points, Edis is 144 points, Timmer 129 points, RSRC Rogue 87 points, Lincoln Dave 71 points, One Tribal 70 points, Immortal 63 points, McCracken 62 points, RSF1 Double 58 points, Jamie is in 58 points as well, RSF1 Locker 45 points, Andy has got 43, Haroldinho has got 22 points, Shadow Moses 11 points, Sarofany also 11 points, Kabuki on 5 and RSF1 Sauce on 3.
So at last, everyone in Division 5 has scored a point. I've just got feedback from the column, from the comms chat and everything. Your Toxic, your mic's really crackly. I don't know if that's the actual glitch for Twitch that we always used to get, or maybe if are you on a wireless mic or on your corded?
Yeah, corded.
Corded. So. Okay. Right, so I do believe we are just waiting for some more drivers to get underway, but at the moment we are waiting for the lobby host to get ready things underway. Let me just have a quick look now on the Discord to see how many drivers we have got in the race this evening. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have a full grid, and excuse the shiny head on the camera, guys. Yes, I have just freshly shaved it, so it's a bit shiny. No, I haven't polished it. Okay, driver's lounge. Okay, announcements. So I've got 3 ticks. Okay, so Ted First, McCracken and Mackie will not be attending the race tonight, but in their place we have got Coos 8733, Exifar Invade, and Papa Smurf 4699. So fingers crossed we have got a full grid, but it looks like we are getting underway now. Lobby host has decided he's had enough of waiting. 17 drivers, so we will have action in qualifying 1, ladies and gentlemen. We're racing here on Thursday, aren't we, mate? Yep. Yes, guys, also give feedback about my quality and audio and video as well. So if the camera does cause a problem, I can disconnect and restart stream at any time. Okay, right. So weather conditions around USA can be unpredictable at times. There has been a couple of races where we've had wet weather. Always an interesting one. Nice. Yes, it's in. Which one, Source? Which video? You talking about the camera video? Okay. Hello, Exavo Invade, Matt. Okay. Right, we are underway. Once we get loaded into the screen. Seems. Okay, here we go. Yeah, very much indeed. So, I wonder what the race is going to hold for us, guys. Uh-huh. Okay, can you hear now, Eagle? Because we just weren't talking for a moment there because we were waiting. Okay, so RSF1 Source is the first one out on the track this evening. Well, this afternoon over in America. Oh, and Source has left the session, so interesting. Okay. Exafire Invade. Good evening, Jamie. So the Williams in. Right, okay. So whilst we're waiting for the grid to finish around on their outlaps, I'm going to have a look at the overall constructors because it has been updated. And so, at the moment, as things stand, Alfa Romeo are in the lead with 1,364 points. Trailing behind them by 163 points with 1,201 points is Team Mercedes. So there are a lot of points still available. Oh, an RSF1 Source has been disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location, according to the game. Always an interesting one. So back to the constructors anyway. So Mercedes, with the points that are available, the championship is still yet to be decided. But Alfa Romeo at the moment do look like they are on very strong form, pulling in the consistent results and wrapping things up. Obviously, you got Toto Wolff there with he's a strong title contender in Division 3, and then we've got Scotsman who is in the lead in Division 5. So that's two potential championships there for Team Alfa Romeo. In third place with 1,160 points, is trailing by 204 points. So rough maths, I could say they could catch up with it as well. McLaren there and sitting in third place. Williams now they're out of the run-in, 312 points behind, with 1,052 points in fourth place there. AlphaTauri up to fifth now, with 829 points. Team Renault though, they're in sixth with 780 points. Haas, well, it's the lucky number sevens for Haas, sorry. It's 777 points for them. In 8th place is Racing Point with 732 points. 9th, Team Ferrari with 641 points. And back in last place, with Red Bulls with 603 points. So Red Bulls have not had a very good season there at all for Season 3. Okay. Right, okay, so Scotsman, was on a lap, but he's invalidated, and he's invalidated at the S's. That's going to catch a few people out today. Who we got behind him? I think that's Shadow Moses. Yeah, Shadow Moses is on a lap through the S's now as he comes through. First one, it looks like he's going to be able to complete a lap, maybe, unless someone's in front of him, of course. Oh, he's in the pits. Oh, no, he's not, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. Ah, okay. So Shadow Moses now going up the back straight. Such a long straight, and you need to get a lot of speed from this as well, because it's alright carrying the downforce for like the S section and sector 3, so you can like take the car around at high speeds. But if a car behind you has got a good straight line speed set up, they will catch you with the ERS as well as with the overtake button on that back straight as well. So he's now coming through the twisty section of sector 3 around. I do like this corner. I've done some practice on the wheel lately, and you can, if you get it right and everything, you can just take that corner flat out in 6th and 7th gear. It's an awesome feeling. And then the second to last corner, or last corner now. Okay, so 1:36.8 there from Shadow Moses, so I'm sure he's got a lot to improve on. We've got a 1:34.4 set there by Papa Smurf in the Ferrari, who looks like he's out on a second run as well. Yeah. Nice, so the time is starting to come down. Right, let's see if we can find an onboard now on a lap. So, who's that there? Andy Yuzkin. So he's, it looks like he's on a lap. Let's ride on board with the Alfa Romeo now as he comes through the S section. A lot of people are complaining, saying this is very much for a wheel person. I would agree. To do this on a pad, I'd imagine, would be very, very difficult. Nicely done there from Andy. Alright then guys, what I'll do in a moment, in between the interval, if you still can't hear him, I'll restart the stream and see if we can get anything going via that one, okay?
Reconnecting my audio there.
Sorry?
Reconnecting my audio there should be better. I hope.
Let's see if I can do anything on my side of things in the party. Toxic CW. Right, hopefully that might have made a bit of a difference.
Hopefully.
Alright, well, Chow can hear you quite well.
This we've got an Alpha 1-2 currently.
Okay, so we'll just change a couple of party settings there by the looks of it. It's my perm. So Invade, he's quite surprised to be where he is at the moment, he says. Right, okay, so let me bring my track map up as well. Let's have some fun around this track, so I can actually ride on board and talk you through the laps of guys. Right. Who we got out on a lap, so that's Immortal now. We just invalidated there on the inside curb. Right, greetings all, Jesus. In comes Locker. Lincoln Dave. Could someone of the engineer just remind Jessie Racer what she needs to do, please? And we do have a late joiner for the race, so we're going to have another person for the race. It looks like Cops has just joined as well. Stars Orphan now on lap in this tracing point. Looks like he's struggling a bit there for the last sector 3. Gone a bit wide there. Right, turn 16, turn 14, yeah, turn 16, 17 and 18. And then turn 19. Oh, there's a name I didn't expect to see this evening. 4. Hello, sir. That's a 1:35.5 there from Stars Orphan. Okay, what is the old Timberlake doing? Oh, how are these two bad boys doing a little bit of Daniel P45 and Timber? Are they doing a little bit of I'll give you a toe, you give me a toe kind of thing?
Both now laps. Well, that won't count. Maybe later on we might give another total, or a good team, I suppose.
Yeah, be interesting to see between Timmer and the Alpha Tauris. Honda power, Team Honda all the way. Right, here we go on lap. So that starts off in lap. Lincoln Dave. He's putting some good qualifying performances.
It's looking okay right now. P8 should be safe for us if he's not a fast lap right now. Feel up old tires. It's got the engine bug and the gears bug. It's constantly stuck.
Oh, what, you've got that on? Who's that? What car for you is that?
Lincoln Dave, McLaren.
Oh, right, okay. It's okay on my one, so the stream's okay listening to it at the moment. I do know what you mean, but it's like getting stuck on its rev limiter.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lincoln Dave there crosses the line at 1:33.7. Right, we've now got the Honda boys out on their lap, so Daniel P45 is ahead of his teammate Timmer.
Up with the Haas behind him, repull as well. If that'll help him in his lap.
So Daniel P45 out of the two Alpha Tauris will be the first one to set a lap. That's a P5 there for, oh nice there, 1:32.4 for Timmer and a 1:32.7 there for Daniel P45, so it looks like a little bit of teamwork happening there.
Yeah, maybe Daniel might go back round again. Let's see, so for a lap again.
No, he's turned down.
Yeah.
Yep, so they're taking it in. They're happy with that performance, and so would I be as well. Immortal's now retired from the session, so drivers are now starting to feel that they're okay for the rest of the session. We've got Kabuki, who is on an out lap in the Mercedes at the moment. So Exabar and Vade in the pit lane there. Yep.
That's Kabuki.
Lincoln Dave's now retired from the session. He's on an outlet. Let's get on board with the black Mercedes now. Up the start, finish straight. This is an interesting turn as well, turn one, because uphill, so you can go a little bit later on the brakes as well. So cut the corner nice and beautifully there. So down the hill towards turn two. Sweeper in now from the long right hander, and then coming up to turn three, pretty much flat out for turn three. Turn four and then turn five, start lifting off throttle and coming down the gears. Sixth gear or fifth gear. Drop to fourth though for extra rotation. Hold fifth if you can through this section, and then down to fourth for turns 8 and 9. Cut across turn 10 and then down the hill towards the hairpin of turn 11. Hard on the brakes, bring the car in nice and tight and let it go nice and wide. Smooth exit, watch out for the overdrive, and then just put the beans down, open the DRS and just let the car build up speed. Over 200 miles an hour now, coming up from there from Kabuki, 201, 2, 3, 4 miles an hour, hard on the brakes now into turn 12, and then twisty section turns 13, 14 and 15. Lots of power, hard on the brakes, hold the speed if you can, and then just let the car rotate itself out, hard on the brakes again, and let the car go into the corner. The shoulder will dig into it. Smooth exit, and as you come now, get the perfect line for turns 16, 17 and 18. And up next is turn 19, make it go wide and then sweeper in. Don't go too wide in the exit because it does invalidate you. This looks like a very good lap here from Kabuki. Nice there on the last corner. Opens the RS straight away across the line at 1:33.6. Nice and clean that was.
Nice lap on P9, that should be safe for Q1. Jesse Racer yet to retire.
Yeah, she needs to retire because that is the rules of a qualifying ban, because there has sometimes been an instance where, because people have crashed out, they've gone through.
Let's see if I can measure in this gold.
She's now retired.
There we go.
Ah, look at that shot I've got on the camera at the moment. The Renault going up the back straight there. It was on its rear wing cam. That was an epic shot. Okay, so there's not much action happening on the track at the moment. It's got who we got out there. One of the Force Indias is out. It's Locker. Oh, he's invalidated though. That's a shame. Tim's in the pits. Forced manure. What's he doing? Is he coming back in the pit lane? Sounds like it. No, he's going to go on a lap. Do you want to take it round?
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, okay.
As we go
Riding on board.
up this really long straight up the little hill here. As you see, you can brake really late here. The car on rotate. Down a sweeping right and it comes through the S's. Very difficult here trying not invalidate. We got invalidation.
Oh, that's a shame on that one.
Unfortunate. I believe Coops was a bit finished his lap and he's invalidated.
Oh, Coops has actually managed to get out in Q1 as well. He's got another chance of it though. Let's ride on board with Red Bull Honda now. As he opens up his DRS, yes, he's been able to do another lap, no problem. Up the start, finish straight now. Up towards the hill, towards turn 1. Hard and late on the brakes, and then bring the car in nice and tight and a smooth exit. Watch the overdrive on the apex there. You do lose a lot of momentum. Around down the hill, turn 2 and turn 3. Flat. Oh no, he's lifted for turn 3. Not very confident there from Cops.
Very safely.
Yeah, he's just taking his time. He knows what he's got to do. But apparently, oh, it's purple sector 1 for him. Kept the car in there just within track limits as well. Good exit there from turn 11 and up the hill. Let the speed build up as he opens up his DRS. What frontline speed has he got on this Red Bull Honda? It's 200 miles an hour. Hard on the brakes now, turn 12. Swept in nicely there from Cops. Or Coops. Bouncing on the clutch there as he comes through to keep the car's rotation. Turn 14 now. 15. Down towards turn 16. Just taking it nice and gentle. And does that exit very... Oh, he's gone wide. Has it invalidated him? No, he's managed to keep the lap. It's a 140.2 there.
Is it time for one more lap? If you can improve the 4 seconds, you should be in a P15.
I don't know what Scotsman are doing at the moment. Star's off and out on a lap as well. Can he improve? Though he is through to Q2, so he can abort. Oh, a little bit slippery there. Keeping it nice and wide and brings the car in for the entry as the last corner. Across the line doesn't improve, unfortunately. And Coops is down on his time by quite a considerable margin as well.
Just feels like a couple clouds coming over.
Quite possible.
Might see a little bit of rain.
Quite possible as well. And it does look like this AI of... Is that Shadow Moses behind him? No, it is Haroldinho behind him. Okay, so that is Cups out of Q1. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, your eliminations from qualifying 1. RSF1 source for that unfortunate disconnection and the car stopping in a unsafe place and being disqualified from the session. Jessie Racer serving her qualifying ban. Cops, unfortunately, or Coops, 140.2, they're not quite made it through. But everyone else is through, the top 15, so it is now the battle for the top 10 and the race starting tyre, should the conditions be the same. I do hope we do have a little bit of weather to spice things up a little bit.
Make it a good chunk more interesting, always does.
Yeah. Especially because it's gonna, if there's a bit of weather involved, it will level the playing field, I think, as well for Jessie Racer.
Yeah, for all we know, it could be a strong point.
It could be, but it does look very clear at the moment, so we are looking for a dry rest of qualifying.
We'll soon see the strategy people are going with.
Okay, so America and Circuit of America is quite hard on tyres.
I believe quite a few we try to get the mediums through to get a start.
Got Andy now coming out, he's on the medium tyres. You've got a few people that are coming out on soft. So we've got the Ferrari of Papa Smurf out on softs. Banker lap maybe.
Could be.
Got Invade in his Williams out on softs. On mediums got Andy, Daniel P45 and Jamie. Interesting strategies going on. Lincoln Dave's coming out on softs as well, so maybe he's putting in a banker lap.
So we think the ideal strategy is for this track.
I think it's medium hard, isn't it? If it's a dry circuit.
Yeah. Believe if you take really good care of the tyres, you can do medium softs.
Yeah, but that's hoping that you're in the lead of the race the whole race as well and not having to battle. Look at last week at Japan with RSF1 Shane try to push his mediums, and like if he'd had a clear run in and no pressure from a certain Toto Wolff, he could have probably done it.
Yeah. I think my strategy will be medium hard, hopefully.
I'll be doing my strategy runs tomorrow, I think, during the day. Haven't really planned much. Oh, Lincoln Dave, they're getting a little bit slippery. El Tango bot there. In here and Feather on the throttle there, and we have got. Who is is that Locker? Yes, it is. Let's ride on. Let's follow RSF on Locker. He looks like he might be one of the first runners, but we're gonna be. He's gonna be our first runner to set a lap on the medium tyres. Comes through the S's nicely. Keeps it valid. No, I do believe that McCracken is not racing around America. So, what's your predictions for qualifying then?
Got a estimate. Most will try and go through a medium, so it looks like half and half currently.
Yeah.
But I think some people might get forced onto the soft to try and get through, and then some folk might stick to strategy.
Yeah, it's always a tough one, isn't it, when you see your time up and down, and there's XFR Invade with a 132.5 there. But Andy Yuzgin, though, he's set a 133.2 in the Alfa Romeo, so he's not far off. He's within a second of the soft time of XFR Invade.
Got a lot starting validations again. So I've got a rain off.
Locker there with 134.0. Right, Lincoln Davis set a 134.0 on soft, so I think he backed off towards the end of his lap there. Same with Stars Orphan as well. But then Kabuki's just gone across the line with a 133.7 on softs. Daniel P45 set a good lap there on the medium tyres. Well, so it does look like early 33 at the moment is the race, is the point for the medium tyres.
Yeah, but I didn't see anything can get any faster than that.
More rubber goes down for the people that have started on the softs, like done the first run on their softs. Might be coming out a bit later on the mediums.
Nope.
There's Immortal there with a 33.499. Okay, so Tim is on his out lap on medium tyres. Jamie is on his flyer coming around the last corner now. A 133.1 there, so he's the fastest runner on the medium tyres. Nice lap.
Championship leader Scotsman with the softs, I believe.
Right, so Timo, is he gonna go for a lap on his mediums? Looks like he's cranking the car up. Yep. Let's ride on board with the AlphaTauri and the Irishman as he now opens DRS to start his lap down start finish straight, opening the throttle and opening the taps on that Honda power unit. Up the hill now, late on the brakes, hard down into second gear. Executed beautifully there from Timo. And remember guys, Timo runs no traction control and no ABS, so he's gone very wide there at the S's. That is how easy it is to lose it. Okay, so Scotsman, is he doing the banker, or do you reckon he's gonna get? Do you reckon he's gonna start on the softs?
Yeah, I think he's going to start with softs from what I'm seeing so far. Looks like he's pushing nice and hard.
Yeah. Shadow Moses there.
Scotsman goes purple first and second.
Yeah. This is nowhere to watch him whether he, towards the last two corners, just turns it right down, or does he just jump into the pit lane? Oh, he's going for it. 131.2.
He's made up his mind, but the strategy will be.
Maybe that is a strategy. Soft hards, that can be done.
Certainly good for the starting breakaway from the pack.
Yeah, he's nursing them tyres back, so he knows they're his starting tyres. That Timmer on a second attempt? Yes, it is. Timmer is on a second attempt. Down the hill now towards turn 10. Now let the car map at speed up. He's straining as much as he can out of that engine. Over 200 miles an hour, hard on the brakes now, but don't lock up. Very nicely done. Shoulder that Alpha Tower, then just go into turn 15, turn 16, 17 and 18 now. Well, Tim has got a nice line and downforce there to do it, nice and wide there for turn 19, now turn 20. Well, 133.8 there from Timo on the mediums.
And P9 very vulnerable to get overtaken if any drops on now. To make up my mind if he's going for the strategy or just to go into Q3. Lincoln Dave round the second, last corner now.
Goes P6 there, 133.3, so that's Tim already down to P10.
One behind is in our lap, but is in the drop zone.
Right, so drop zone at the moment then is Locker, Stars Orphan, Force Manure, Shadow Moses and Haroldino, who have now looks like they're slapping on softs. Kabuki's out on mediums. Papa Smurf out on a fresh set of softs. Force Manure has retired from the session. And so has Scotsman. So Force Manure will not be improving on his position. He's choosing strategy over position. So he's making sure he gets a fresh set of tyres at the start of the race. Smurf now in the Ferrari down through to turn 10. Anyway, did you watch the race last week? Let's talk about Real F1 whilst it's a little bit quiet at the moment for Q2.
Very bit of time to watch all of it. I was working, but I watched the highlights. Looked very interesting. Feel sorry for
There's a
Russell.
There's a lot of talk at the moment going around the paddock about because I don't know if you know, but Bottas and Russell. Whoa! And goes around Papa Smurf. A bit of ballerina there from the Ferrari driver. Yeah, so they've removed their associations with their current team. So Bottas has got no Mercedes on there, and Russell hasn't got any Williams on his profiles.
Yeah, I felt so sorry for them myself after that race.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Wonderful scene.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. We might see him at Abu Dhabi because there is speculation at the moment, even though that if Lewis Hamilton tests negative for COVID, because of Abu Dhabi's strict restrictions, he might not be allowed in the country.
Interesting.
So Russell may be in Mercedes again this week for the final race.
Well, some Mercedes won't work out this time.
Then make sure that Lewis Hamilton leaves Coco at the flat, so that she can't chew on the tyres. And give him a slow puncher. Okay, so I do as well, Source. I think they would be a very, very deadly team to contend with. Right, so Papa Smurf trying again. After that spin to try and move up and secure their place in Q3, and Timmer has thrown strategy out the window and gone for softs as well, so we'll keep an eye on him, how much he'll improve by. Papa Smurf improves quite considerably. That goes up to P4.
Currently, Jamie, Lincoln, Dave, and Kubuki owner wins. Whoever goes for the mediums, Kubuki is very vulnerable where he is right now.
Right, so Tim, I can start an outlap. Up he goes the hill then. Let's get on board with the Irishman. Can he keep it? Can he hold it under pressure? Knowing that he's got to get through. He's got to pull the perfect lap. He's down in 11th now. As Locker takes P2 with 1:32.0. Nicely done there from Tim around the S's. Nice, down through turn 10 and then turn 11. Hard on the throttle now, opens the DRS. Down the straight, let the car try and not move, try and keep the car as straight as possible, don't move too much because you do lose quite a little bit of speed. Brakes now for turn 12. And then comes turns 13 and turns 14. Round for turn 15. He's gone purple in sector 2 there. And then turns 16, 17 and 18. Lost a little bit of pace there, just took a little bit too wide a line for turn 20 now. Timmer with 1:32.1 there, goes P4, so that should see him through. Well done, Timmer. Right, I see what Andy was doing there. Andy see that he was safe through and saved it for the mediums.
Harold and Neil being the person that can potentially put the motor out. Coming round to his second last corner. Not that time there.
31, 32, 33, 34.
Oh.
And that is all she wrote. But we've got Daniel P45 at the moment. And no, he is fine there. He knows he's safe. So he's just cruising around back to the pit lane or across the line. And whilst we wait for that, I'm just going to get my drink from the other room, guys.
As Q2 now finishes, on to Q3 we will go.
Okay. So, out of qualifying 2, ladies and gentlemen, it is Kabuki, Stars Orphan, Harodinho, and Force Manura, and Shadow Moses 90.
Scotsman sitting very comfortable up top right now.
You are? Yeah, he's at the moment he's looked very, very fast in all of the sessions at the moment, so he does look like the pace setter for this race. It's his to lose though, to be fair. He's got the best chance to extend his lead massively over Jessie Racer as she starts from the back of the grid. And like I said, he's got well, welcome to Q3. It's a good feeling to qualify for the top 10. So yeah, Scotsman is able to, if he can win this race, and Jesse gets caught in traffic and has an incident of some sort, which can happen in Formula 1, then it's his for the taking. So Pole position predictions, ladies and gentlemen, out on the stream as well. Let me know. It'd be interesting to know what the community feels.
What's your prediction, top 3?
I think Scotsman's definitely going to put it in pole position. The Alpha's actually looking quite dominant around this track, I think. I think it might be an Alfa Romeo front row lockout. P3, possibly Lincoln Dave or Daniel P45. They do perform some really good some laps in qualifying 3. Right, okay, so Lincoln Dave is, oh no, he's not first out on track. Who is first out on track? It is Andy Yuzgin. In the Alfa Romeo, powered by Ferrari. So, and then behind him is Jamie in the banana boat of the Renault, and then we've got X4 Invade in his Williams, yep, and then it is Lincoln Dave followed by RSF1 Locker. Oh, Locker's into power Q3, there's a surprise for everyone. Oh, ha ha! And Invade did not want to do that. He's gonna ruin them tyres if he spins them up too much. Okay, so the prediction at the moment, Toxic is Scotsman P1, Lincoln P2, Jesse P3. Well, Jesse can't qualify P3. Is that a race result there, Source? Or qualifying prediction? I asked for quali predictions, not race predictions. Well, you've played your cards. We know who your top 3 are going to be for the race. Okay, so X of Invade, they're not having a good time on the track. So Andy is about to be the first one to set a lap on qualifying 3. Let's ride on board with the Alfa Romeo now as he goes up the hill around the Circuit of America. It's gone nice and wide there into turn 1. Cuts the apex beautifully, exits nicely down the hill towards turn 2. Keep it nice and hug that apex if you can. Keep it nice, and then turn 3, flat out. Oh, and he's invalidated. He's took a bit too much the apex and curve there. Not going to help. That's okay. So we have got Jamie's the next person behind him as he comes through the S's now. Nicely, he's a little bit loose, but he's kept it nice, and then down to 5th gear for this section. Nice purple sector 1 there. Up the hill now, it is turn 7, 8 and 9, and then you can have the little kink of turn 10 flat out as you come through here. Gain as much speed as you can, hit 8th gear, nice and wide for turn 11, nice and in. Wide out, smooth exit. Short shift is your best friend on that exit. Opens the DRS now and gets as much speed as you can. How much can the Renault power unit give to Jamie 24? 201, 3 miles an hour. 4 miles an hour hard on the brakes just after the 100 metre board, entered turn 12. Nicely done there. Short shift into 3rd gear so the car doesn't lose the back end, and then turns 13, 14. And into turn 15, nice and wide, and let the car just dig its shoulder into the corner, but watch for the oversteer because it's off camber and they can get caught out on there. Turn 16, turn 17, turn 18, flat out there in the Renault, and then turn 19. Nicely, doesn't go too wide on his exit, and then turn 20, nice and wide an entry, brings it in, short shifts, opens the DRS, gives it a little bit of burst, and that's a 131.086, provisional pole position.
Very good lap there.
Who's behind him now? It is a Williams OC of XFR Invade with 132.9. Lincoln Dave just gone across the line with 131.7. So Jamie there with a beautiful lap there. Who else have we got out on the track? That's come the line. RSF1 Locker.
I think Daniel has done it.
Has Daniel binned it?
Oh.
Oh.
I don't really have you.
He has, hasn't he? He has. Yellow flag in sector 3, guys. Is Tim going to get round quick enough so we can see what he's done? Oh, what has happened there?
I don't know if you noticed while we were on board with Jamie, but a moto with the 5th place grid penalty.
Tim has gone there, provisional 3rd place with a 132.4 there. Interesting. Right, Scotsman, he's the man to watch. He is he's been the pace setter so far.
Just looking at the penalties now in Scotsman, and Immortal both have grid penalties.
Why do they have grid penalties for?
Must have had a slight collision, I only assume.
I didn't see any. I didn't see anywhere on the game though.
Top one in the race direct, and it's there.
Okay, so he's going to have to put in the fastest lap and then start from P5.
If I'm right in saying, I do believe Scotsman started P5 last week. No, 6, because he had a good penalty.
Well, fellow Scotsman, would you like to take us around with your fellow Scotsman on this lap?
Sure thing. As we go along, it's long straight up the hill, nice and wide, cut the apex nicely. Really nice and exit there, nice and smooth down at turn 2. So into these S's, to the left, and to the right, to the left.
Oh, unlucky there for Mr. Scotsman. The Flying Scotsman is definitely flying the wrong direction today. So, okay, so Papa Smurf there is not on a lap. Oh, right, so I Am Mortal needs to set a lap. Scotsman does need to set a lap. Has he got enough fuel to do a second run? Or is he going to come in, change the tyre, put fresh set of tyres on and be down there and lost her? But Loco, he's currently out on another run by the looks of it, on 2 lap holes off, so I don't know what he's aiming to achieve. Oh no, he's not, surely not. Yeah, he's in low fuel mode as well, so he stayed out a little bit too long there and run out of petroleum. So current provisional pole sitter then is come out for a second run. Can he improve on that time? Can he drop into the 30s? It'll be the first time for F5 that we've seen a under 31, well, a 1 minute 30. So Scotsman's gone into the pits, so it will be only. Oh, we've got. Oh, Papa Smurf's on that lap in the Ferrari as well, so Papa Smurf is coming to sit his first run. Okay, so on board with the Renault. Let's watch James. Oh no, he's coming into the pits. No. Preparing for his lap. Oh, very, very professional there. Gets a good run. And away we go. Opens the DRS now. Start, finish straight. Across the timing line. Perfectly done. Opens, well, like I said, gets as much speed as he can, goes nice and wide there for turn 1 and into turn 1 up the hill. Gets a good exit, nice, no slip in there from traction. I think he might be running a little bit of traction control there. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, 5, 6, keep it nice, drop it down the gear for the rotation, then down another gear for the rotation up the hill, and then to turn 9 and 10, well, turn 8 and 9. Riding the apex hard there, hugging it, it's gone purple sector 1, so he has improved. Let's see what he comes up on the timing board in a second. Hard on the brakes into turn 11, and then a short shift, and then opens up the DRS. Now! Use as much of the battery as you can, open fuel mixture, everything, get as much frontline speed as you can, going up the hill, up the straight, sorry, 204 miles an hour, just touched there, into turn 12. On the exit, nicely done, and into turn 13 and turns 14. It's a double right-hander and a little bit of oversteer there, but he does manage to catch it, and he's still gone purple sector, but he may have lost all that time though. Into turn 15 and turn 16 and 17. Next, can he do it flat out? Nicely there, a little bit of a hug in the apex, keep it nice and tight, and then go wide for turn 19, bring the exit in. Oh, unlucky, he's just took too much of the apex there. Jump into the pits, get some fuel and go out for another lap. So Andy Yaskin at the moment is on an outlap coming through sector 2. We've got I Am Mortal as well out on his outlap and all. Okay, so what can I Am Mortal do now on his flying lap in the Red Bull Honda? Do you want to take us around, mate?
Yep. Up the long straight, up this nice hill. Not taking it as wide as everybody else done, cutting the apex nicely and getting a nice clean exit. Down into turn 2 and he's flowing right under. Into the S, he's nice and fast. Keep the speed going, try not to invalidate. Nicely done. Into the last part. But hesitated there.
Ah, I've got it out on the turn 9 there. Oopsie.
I believe I've got a cast.
Right. Right, what's Scotsman doing? He's managed to make it through Sector 1. Now harder the brakes for turn 11 in the Alfa Romeo. Has the man been setting the pace so far? Jamie is out on an outlap as well, and he should be able to make it round in time. Keep an eye on him though. So car number 19, RSF1 Scotsman, coming through Sector 3 now. Round the long right-hander of turns 16, 17 and 18. Andy Yuzgin there goes a 1:30.9, so there's the first 1 minute 30 of the session. It's the Alfa Romeo. And RSF1 Scotsman's a 1:31.5, goes potentially P3 with that 5 gross grid penalty there, or drop him to P8. Okay, so 8 seconds left. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. It's going to be so unfortunate. He tried. But that's it. The time at the checkered flag has been waved. There is no more chances for Jamie 24. At the moment, he is in P2. So who we got out on laps at the moment? So Scotsman currently up on his time as well. He could have an influence, but he's invalidated. Lincoln Dave, he's gone fast to Sector 2 there. In the Tango machine of the McLaren Renault, next year to be powered by Mercedes engines again. The old partnership is coming back together. So Lincoln Dave W, what's he gonna do? Round the last corner now. Crosses the line, a 1:31.3, so he goes P3, knocks Scotsman down to P4. That's P9 for Scotsman.
I believe that'll be us.
That is it. So Andy Yuzgin has managed to secure himself pole position for his teammate. So if Scotsman's got that 5 place grid penalty, he is going to be starting from P9. That's just changed things a little bit.
Well, I had it last week and he still managed to get P1, so we'll see how he can do this week.
I'm sure his team coach is not, or his team principal is not, he's going to be there supporting him all the way and giving him all the advice that he needs to get through. Because there's one thing about Toto Wolff, that he does support his team and leads them and helps them out wherever possible. Okay.
Just waiting Andy to retire.
Yep. And then that'd be all she wrote. Oh, Toto's not in his party. Oh ho ho!
So.
Okay then, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, and there they are. That's confirmation of the 5 place grid penalties. Andy Yuzgin with a 1:30.9 in pole position. Jamie in P2. Lincoln Dave in P3. RSF1 Scotsman qualifies P4 but will drop to P9. So Tim will be in 4th, Locke will be in 6th, 7th will go to Invade. No, so 6th will go to Invade. Papa Smurf will be in 7th. Immortal is got a grid penalty, so he will drop down to P14, and Daniel P45 will start in P9. Oh, that math has just brain fried me. That's no problem, Andy. I don't do pole position, man, unfortunately. That's just something else that the other team do. I am someone that I like to just get to race, and I'll talk to you at the end of the race should you win or should you get a podium. Oh, it looks nice and dry around the Circuit of Americas, so the Texas sun is blaring down on the car today. It's going to be a hot track, means that tyres are going to wear quicker. So, guys, predictions for the race now. We know what Source's predictions are. What's the rest of you? What do you reckon are going to be the top 3? And who's going to set the fastest lap of the race? Okay, so the drivers will just be doing their changes to their setup, making sure they're carrying the right amount of fuel that they need to do. I know some people like to underfuel, some people like to overfuel, so they can race harder, but the more weight you carry, the slower your car will be. And if you work the engine too hard, it can overheat. There was a few incidences at the start of this game there. You got gearbox failure and engine dying on you if you pushed it too hard. That was a very interesting element to the game, and it would have been nice if it stayed, but it seems like the powers that be have decided that only like general engine wear will be the one that will get you down, not just spontaneous failures. Okay, so hip amendments. Matt P1, Moses P2, Jesse P3. Okay, and fastest lap. Matt thinks it's Scotsman P1 and Andy P2 and Jamie P3. The fastest lap goes to Scotsman. Okay. So Source is going to be trying something interesting with his strategy and setup. Okay. Be very interesting. BVB4 reckons Timmer is going to pull for the win. We all know what happens when Timmer pulls a win at a race, don't we? So I'm sure you don't want to be happening that one again. Jamie reckons going to be let down on penalties as well. Okay, so what is the time? It is 21:03, 3 minutes past 9. Maybe the race will get underway in the next couple of minutes. Hippo Mans want Jesse P1 and fastest lap, so championship is still alive. Okay, so Jamie, not for me then. Okay. It's Scotsman's championships to lose. Now, yeah, you are correct. It is Scotsman's championship to lose. It's in their bag for him, basically. It's not quite on the silver platter. He has got to work for it a little bit, but it's there for the taking.
Interesting to see if Scotsman can make his way up from like good penalties ago.
Also, do you want to do the formation lap, or would you like me to do it?
You can do it.
Okay, and you are aware that I do the engines. I do the race start as well, aren't you?
Yep, ahead of the iconic start.
Okay, so we are underway. The lobby host has said the go button, so we're now 15 seconds away from Formula 1 cars doing their thing around the track, setting fastest laps. Hopefully, no carnage on that one through the S's in turn 1. So let's get this. Yep, indeed. Hippo Man's already said out there on the stream. We're just now waiting for Timmer to sync up with his game. I'm just going to wet the whistle before I start the formation lap.
Hopefully, get the starting motor to go restart.
Oh. Or if Timmer leaves the game, that might help things go forward.
Oh,
Just give it a couple. I'll give it a couple of minutes. Oh, we're underway. Tim has left the session, so the game has restarted. Right. Okay, let's get things underway. So, in P18, in the Mercedes, for an unusual possession. Yes, Pross. Is RSF1 source. Jessie Racer starting from P17, unfortunately, for serving her qualifying ban in the McLaren. Coops 8733 in the Red Bull. He's starting in P16 and starts off from there, being a bit naughty on the formation lap and being shoved to the grid, so you'll be starting on cold tyres, sir. In P15, in the Haas around the American circuit, he's at home. It's Shadow Moses 90. Immortal in the second Red Bull will be on the medium tyres, starting in P14. Force Manure, or should we say Horse Manure, in the Renault, starting on the softs in P13, the unlucky number on the grid. Howardinian second half starting on the medium tyres in P12. Stars Orphan will be starting in P11 or in the Racing Point. Kabuki, top 10 now, guys. Kabuki in the silver, not the silver arrow, but the black arrow today, doing a Kimi Raikkonen up the back straight there, not warming up his tyres, starting in P10. Daniel P45 in the Alpha Tauri starts P9 on soft tyres. RSF1 Scotsman with that grid penalty starts P8 on soft tyres in the Alfa Romeo. Papa Smurf 4699 in the Ferrari starts in 7th on soft tyres. Ex-Var Invader in the Williams, the Sensodyne bot in the soft tyres in 6th. RSF1 Knocker in the Tracing Point, Pink Panther, whatever you want to call it, on soft tyres in P5. Timar 1911, who's just now rejoined the session just in time, last of the soft runners, sitting P4. Lincoln Dave in the Tango Machine starts P3 on medium tyres. Jamie 24 on medium tyres starts in the Renault in P2. And our pole position man with that flying lap earlier in qualifying 3, starting on medium tyres in the Alfa Romeo, so there to support his teammate for the championship battle is Andy Yuzgin. Now, will he sail off into the distance, or will he back the field up to allow his teammate to close in and do some overtakes and get past these mobile chicanes? Right, as the grid lines up now, we are getting ready to go. Riding on board now, and the start sequence is underway. Is it? Is it? We're just waiting. No, I'm not by myself, Prost. I've got Toxic TW with me.
Hopefully this will get started.
It's a very long hold. There's the tyre strategy coming up. So it's a 1-stop or 2-stop race. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, don't think this lobby is going to go anywhere anytime soon. Oh, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. No! And Jamie gets a cracking start, but Andy Yuzkin is able to fight back. But also, there is Timmer in the background there. He's managed to keep up to the P3, but the Renault of Jamie takes the lead in the first corner as all the drivers get through the first corner brilliantly. And Andy Yuzkin has dropped down to P3, but Timmer has got a disadvantage at the moment because he's got a penalty for some unknown reason for ignoring blue flags, and the race didn't even get started yet. So it must be something we look into there, but as all the cars make it safely there through the S section, Timmer is fighting for the lead. It is all so close there at the top there, but Timmer is in P3 now as Andy Yuzkin takes back P2, and Timmer is starting to go backwards by the looks of it, not quite, but then on the inside there is the Sensodyne machine of RSF1 taking P3 off Timmer, and RSF1 Lockett is right behind him as well, and he's going to take it off him. No, he drops back. Virtual safety car.
Jessie has no wing at the back of the field.
Jessie Racer has been involved in an incident. Yes, she has, unfortunately.
I'm trying to see if she can stick on the hards and hold them.
Hold them to the end of the race.
It'll be hard, but I'm sure he's capable of it.
Okay, so the race is underway at the moment. We're under virtual safety car, guys, so we're holding formation. So Jamie has taken the lead of Andy Yuzkin in the first corner on the first lap. So can Jamie spoil Alpha's day? Andy is right there in second and getting very close there to his P1 there, so just watch out because the penalties are a lot more harsher behind the virtual safety car. This virtual safety car is taking a while to clear away at the moment as Timmer is dropping back. And we're on, green flag conditions again. Game doing its usual thing where the timing standards. Right, we're underway again, so let's see what's going on in front of the field, guys. So yes, it's doing its little thing. So Coop's there with the first person with a time penalty. So yeah, as we wait for the time board to sort itself out, because it is confusing the hell out of me at the moment. We have got a battle happening. Well, not a battle happening, but Jamie 24 is in the lead and Andy Yuzkin is right behind him. Remember, guys, we don't have DRS at the moment because it is only lap 2. It is not lap 3. I do like Codemasters for their wonderful programming. Great job, guys. And Exavo Invade, so the top 3 very close there, but we have got moves happening on there. Lincoln Dave and Timmer. Timmer takes back P6 from Lincoln Dave. Has Timmer taken back control of his car? But then look at this, we have got a train. RSF1 Source has left the session. Can you just send him an invite, please? Look at this train. RSF1 Scotsman is up to P8 and he needs to get through these cars on medium tyres. The cars are just... It is costing him dearly. And on the inside, oh my God, that is Daniel P45. Went on the inside there, a little bit too optimistic there and loses it. So RSF1 Scotsman up to P7, so he is moving in the right direction.
Jessie is at the back onto the mediums, so she would hit him again.
Yeah, maybe anything can happen in this race still. It is still very early days. We are only on lap 3. So Scotsman there, he's now, his next target is Haroldinho, but we have got X-Fire Invade and Source has just rejoined the session brilliantly. Okay, so X-Fire Invade will be in with the DRS of Andy Yuzkin, but has Andy Yuzkin got DRS over the lead person? Yes, he has, and he's using his extra toy there for overtake, and will be Jamie using it to defend, possibly a little bit. Here we go, guys, straight on the inside, DRS overtake, turn 12, nicely done there from the Alfa Romeo, and is P1 taken back from Andy Yuzkin, who now needs to get an absolute flyer of a way and pull a distance over them.
Invade just got damage, front left hand plate, went to the back of Jamie. That'll cost Invade quite a lot of positions. Not sure they were pitting.
Yep, absolutely. So we are. So X5 Invade's coming into the pits. That puts Locker up to P3. Lincoln Dave will take P4. So It's interesting to see why XFR has come into the pits so early. What's going on to mediums? Oh, he's coming for a wing change as well. I didn't see no damage on his wing, did you?
Front left hand plate.
Oh, okay, so maybe the damage was too much that you couldn't think. Oh, what was that? I just caught my eyes on. Stars Orphan going a little bit wrong there at turn 1. So RSF1 Scotsman is taking the house around the outside, just off to come through the S section now. He is right behind that house and he needs to get past, and penalties are coming through thick and fast for everyone. I bet they're getting him up the S section as well, and as the RSF1 Scotsman is going to make the move, he's got the DRS, he's going to use the overtake button just for good measure as he sails past the house. That's up to P3. Not P3, P5, sorry. Oh, nice. Lincoln Dave into, so at the moment, so Andy Yuzkin, I'm waiting for a little bit of time delta to come up, but Andy Yuzkin is going to be under pressure from Jamie in a second. But we've got a virtual safety car again.
Coops and RSF1 Sauce had contact at the end of the S's.
Oh, and so, alright, okay, Sauce has now got a penalty for having a severe collision. This race is not going RSF1 Sauce's way at all.
Oh, big safety car glitch.
Sorry?
RSF1 Sauce and Coops have got a glitch where someone overtakes someone and it's constantly overtakes both of them, and Sauce has just been spun.
And Locke has just got a drive-through penalty for speed under, and Andy Yuzkin has got a time penalty. So this is going to work in Jamie's favour now. Jamie does not have a penalty. I do believe that... Oh, and Kabuki's just got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Wow, these penalties are coming thick and fast. We're only in lap 5, and I've seen so many already. And another 5-second penalty for Coops for speeding in the pit lane. Guys, there is a speed limit. And there we go, Jamie makes the move there, and Andy Yuzkin, but Andy Yuzkin's going to fight back and try and defend the position, but thinks better of it and slips behind the Renault. Right behind Immortal now in the Red Bull. So Jessie Racer's up to P15 now, so she's making progress up to the field. She's currently 9 seconds behind Horse Manure, so a little bit of a distance to go for her. And we've got Locker into the pits now to serve his drive-through penalty by the looks of it. That is going to cost him dearly.
That pushes Scotsman up to P4.
Yep.
He's pushing nice and hard.
Yep, it's good to keep his head down, keep it clean, and like it might just fall into his hands, you never know. Like I said, anything can happen in this race at the moment with Andy Yuzkin with penalty and Kabuki with a 3-second time penalty as well. I've seen him in already with a couple as well, so at this rate, Lincoln Dave's got a penalty as well, so I think the winner of this race is going to be the person that can keep their nose the cleanest.
It's looking like that.
And Andy Yuzkin is going to fight for the lead as he comes up the back straight now, but he can't quite get enough speed to get alongside the Renault. So it looks like the Renault has just got the legs there, and now the Renault needs to pull away through this sector. It's got a lovely amount of VRS to use. As Coops there with another 3-second time penalty. So Andy Yuzkin currently chasing down for P1. He's trying to help his teammate perhaps, I don't know. But we've got a bit of a field back. Hang on, we've got a little bit of midfield action here from the other Renault, right behind the house of Shadow Moses.
Looks like Manu's struggling to get past. Nope.
He should get way sailing past now because Shadow Moses got a bad exit there. Nicely done. Jesse Racer also now has really closed the gap in on Invade. Force maneuver 3 second time limit. So at the moment, guys, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers without a penalty in this race.
RSF1 Sauce has got no wind damage.
Oh, unlucky, unlucky. The track is not forgiving on this circuit at all. So lap 7 out of 28. We've got 21 laps remaining of this long race. Still lots to happen. Safety cars, but we have got a closing Scotsman on a McLaren. Right, so Andy's the first one to blink. He's going to come off his mediums. What's he going to go on to? Oh, is he serving a penalty? He's serving a penalty. Okay. So that's just basically given Jamie a good cushion there.
He can work on building his gap.
Yep. Tyre management, just take it easy. He's got a nice cushion there, 5.9 seconds from the car behind him, and the car behind him's also got a penalty as well, so he hasn't got to worry too much. But with Andy serving his penalty, that puts Scotsman into P3. Who's currently chasing down and within a second of Lincoln Dave. So Scotsman is having the race of his life, but we've got Papa Smurf here as well. Coming on to Timmer, but Timmer's managed to hold him off. What can Jesse Racer do? She's going to overtake Invade now, using their toys. She can't quite make the move on that attempt. Okay, we've got Locker on Papa Smurf, both coming into the pits by the looks of it. Yes, they are. So cars beginning to box. So Papa Smurf is going on to the mediums. What is Locker going to go on to? Going on to the hards. So Locker's doing a one stop and gets ahead of the Ferrari.
Jamie's built a nice gap to Lincoln Dave currently.
Yeah, I think the softs are starting to go off now because Scotsman's dropped back a bit from Lincoln Dave, 1.2 seconds. X-Fire Invade's got a 3 second time penalty there from multiple ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers only left to score who have no penalties. And that is 1 Alfa driver, 1 Renault driver, 1 McLaren driver and 1 Ferrari driver.
This Jamie's coming up in the Red Bull World Cups, which will be a lap start. Hopefully he acknowledges the blue flag and lets him by.
So here we go, Will Scotsman is got the DRS, and Source sets the fastest lap there on soft tyres of 1:35.995. Okay. Scotsman, so Immortal is getting into the air. I would say definitely them soft tyres are not liking the conditions at the moment, because now Immortal has closed in on the mediums, so Scotsman's trying to eke out them softs as much as he can by the looks of it, so he can get a lot more life out of the next set of tyres that he goes on for a longer period of time of the race, because he knows he's going to have to push. So, okay, right, so let's recap at the moment on the grid. So Jamie is ahead in the lead by 7.2 seconds over Lincoln Dave. Scotsman, however, is right behind, so Lincoln Dave's just had it off there. We have got a train for P2, so it's Lincoln Dave, Scotsman, Immortal, yeah, oh no, that's the lap car of Source, or is that, yeah, Source, and Cops. No.
Cops is ahead.
Yeah, so that's just the lap car of Source, but Source does not seem to be getting away. Well, they're not seem to be getting away from Source quite easily, so Source could have a little bit of. So the strategy is now open for lap 11 to lap 16 for your two-stop strategy. RSF and Scotsman still in that train and within the second of Lincoln Dave, but he has got that Red Bull behind him. Jessie Race is now up to P12 and she's still chasing down XFire Invade. Howardinho there with a time penalty. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drivers now sit to get a penalty. Looks like people are serving penalties. Got Papa Smurf right behind Timmer as well.
Yeah, that gap's just getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, hello, we have got something going on here. Scotsman has got ahead of Lincoln Dave.
Lincoln's fighting back.
Which he's entitled to do. They're racing for position, but it does look like Scotsman has just managed to pull it off. How much speed can he still carry through this last sector with them soft tyres being so worn? And Mortal there, 3-second time and Scotsman's dived into the pits. So what he's probably hoping now is that little bit of time in front of Lincoln Dave, would have slowed Lincoln Dave a bit, so that he gets a undercut on him. And we look like we've got the fastest lap ditch again then, because RSF1 Source has just gone round in 14 seconds. Wow, 14 seconds around the track, eh? I'm impressed.
Wasn't me.
So Immortal there is going to be giving Lincoln Dave a little bit of sighting there to say, I am not going anywhere at the moment, mate. So Scotsman's gone on to the mediums. Okay, I'm a little bit shocked at that.
Maybe he knows something that I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know anything about the weather report yet, and there's Coops there with another 3-second time penalty. How many is that now for Coops?
Penalties.
Let's have a look. Let's see how many.
14.
14 seconds.
Yep. Also, Horseman Ure has 12 seconds, and Invade also has 12 seconds. Apart from that, it's 3s and 6.
Yeah. And Kabuki with an 8.
Must have missed that one.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing is that someone reckons that Scotsman will take these tyres to the end now. Oof. 15 laps on the mediums. Can you do it? I think you can. Because at the moment the medium runners are still out there.
Still going strong as well.
And Daniel P45 is taking the softs 12 laps.
It's like you're struggling a little bit. Oh,
Shadow Moses there with 3-second time penalty.
Immortal on Lincoln. Yep, there we go. Immortal gets past Lincoln in the back straight. Using DRS and lobby DRS.
Okay, so there's the change of position there, so it might be Immortal's tyres in a better condition.
And then from Locker back, there's a little battle going on. This little train of cars.
Oh, hello, we have got a little bit of action here.
It's from Leader Jamie Pitts. Followed by Lincoln Dave.
Okay, so Immortal staying out for another lap. Jamie's gone onto the hard, so he's definitely making his precedence till the end of the race.
It'll be interesting to see if Scotsman comes out in front of Lincoln. So both coming out.
Lincoln's now leaving the garage. Scotsman's now coming up. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be very, very tight. And he's just done it by the looks of it. His tyres will be warmed up, so he's be able to do it. He's done it. Scotsman's got and managed to do the jump on Lincoln Dave.
Much faster tyre as well, so should be filling a nice healthy gap. Dave's tyres will also be not too cold, but pretty cold.
Yeah, now taking a little bit longer to switch on. Okay, so we've got the battle here at the rear. So we have got RSF1 Lockhart on fresh 4-lap hard tyres. He looks like he's going to the end of the race. Then you've got Jessie Racer currently on 11-lap medium, so she will need to box again. There's a Red Bull there going very, very wide. X-Fire Invade, he's currently not far behind this train. He's on 9-lap old softs. Timmer, he's coming for a fresh set of softs 3 laps ago, so he has got to stop again, so he's doing a 2-stop by the looks of it. And then Papa Smurf, and you've got Shadow Moses right behind Kabuki as well. You've got Timmer right behind X-Fire Invade. X-Fire Invade gets a very bad exit there. Is Timmer going to make him go round the long way? No, thinks better of it, just takes his time and waits for the DRS Paladino there with a 3-second time limit. But we've got Lincoln, it's Daniel P45 in the pits after doing 14 laps on the softs. He's onto the mediums. Interesting now. 13 laps on medium should be easy then for Daniel P45.
Should be. Because Andy and I'm also still out, and then 14 lap old mediums. I'm sure they're going to pit soon onto the softs. And I believe Scotsman's picking up Tim and Jamie as well.
Sorry?
I think Scotsman's catching to Jamie. Slowly, but catching.
Yeah. So X-Fire Invade there with 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Can Jessie Racer pull herself further into the points?
She will need to pit again.
Yeah, she will need to pit again, so can she pull herself into the points and like secure her position in the points? Because if this is a pointless race, pardon the pun, it's going to really, really, really tip the championship into RSF1 Scotsman's hands.
We'll do it.
so Immortal and Andy will have to pit again. Oh, Tim has lost his connection to the server again.
There's Lockhart and Jester all over the back of Harold and Neil. Going into the S's now.
Okay, so Locker right in this sandwich of the two cars as well. Jessie Racer wants to move up, she's on the faster tyre at the moment. Forced manure there with a 3-second time penalty. So, quick recap now after halfway distance of the race and how many pit stops have people made. Let's have a look now. So, stops. So, Immortal and Andy Yuzgin are still yet to stop. Jamie, he stopped once. He is currently on the hard, so he'll be going to the end. He's running provisional. He's in the net lead at the moment. And then Scotsman is in net second. Lincoln Dave will be in net third. Then we've got Howardine who's stopped. Locker in 7th who has stopped. Jessie Racer who has stopped. Papa Smurf who has stopped. Timmer has stopped. Danny P45 has stopped as well. Oh, and the two Alpha Tauri boys there, they're getting a little bit tangled up. But no harm, no foul, they seem to be okay with each other. And then you've got Stars Orphan who has stopped. Force Manure has made 2 stops, one through no fault of his own, need to get in a wing change. X-Van Vader's made 2 stops as well. So Shadow Moses has stopped once. Kabuki has not stopped yet though. RSF1 has made 2 stops and Cops has made 2 stops. Okay, so
the mediums of Andy and Immortal are still going strong.
Sorry?
Mediums of Immortal and Andy are still going strong right now. Especially competitive and got into the softs.
Yeah, by all means, because we're now nearly coming into the last 10 laps of the race. Okay, so Timmer and Force Manure there swapping positions with each other. Howardinho and Locker. Okay, so according to and Cops has retired from the session. Oh no, where has he done it? Where has he done it? Virtual safety car.
As Immortal and Andy both bit for the softs, I believe. Yep.
So this has worked in these two guys' favour. Well, it's definitely worked in Immortal's favour because he's managed to get ahead of Andy Yuzgin and be right behind Lincoln Dave on soft tyres versus Lincoln Dave's hard tyres. No contest really, is there?
Andy's put on the mediums again. Which will mean I have to bet again.
Yeah. Oh, and he's got his time through, he's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. So Andy's race has just been wrecked, well and truly.
Fortunate as Immortal's over the back of Lincoln Dave currently.
Timmer is back in the session. So Immortal, it does take the position off Lincoln Dave without a shadow of a doubt, because them soft tyres would be very sticky and he'd be able to pull a nice distance away.
Scotsman's eating into the time of Jamie.
Hey.
Scotsman's catching Jamie. 2 tenths to lap now.
Yep, so Scotsman can still take this race win away if he just keeps on chipping away and chipping away, because obviously Jamie's gone for the harder option. Okay, his tyres he'll be able to race more aggressively and a lot more hard on his tyres, but then Scotsman has managed to make them soft go long enough so that he can have quite a bit of play time with his medium tyres, and it's down to 4.8 seconds already. So Scotsman is on the charge. Well, hang on, let's change that. He is the flying Scotsman. Okay, we've got Locker in the pits there. Daniel P45 at the moment as well on 3 lap old mediums. X-Fire Invade's got a 5-second penalty for time, corner cutting, and another 5. Oh, and he's retired from session in the pit lane, so he's had enough today. So it's 2 retirements of the of the race. So Jessie Race, she's currently down in P13 at the moment. Timmer is in the pit. Jessie Race takes P12 as she goes on for another set of soft tyres, so that should see her through to the end of the race. And then you got Stars Orphan, he's going through to the end of the race. It looks like everyone has made their final stops.
Apart from Andy, who will have to stop one more time.
Yeah.
Andy's also got a drive through, so
Yeah. So his race is absolutely kaboomed.
man, the votes have disappeared.
Yeah, mine too. They're now coming back up though. So Scotsman is 4.3 seconds behind the race leader. Immortal was only 3 seconds behind Scotsman on soft tyres. So if Scotsman's not careful, he's going to have to defend very soon. You've got Andy, who's currently 4.4 seconds behind Immortal. So is he deliberately going a little bit slower just to back off Lincoln Dave from attacking the top 2?
It could be.
But he has got to serve the drive-through penalty within 3 laps. Shadow Moses just got a 3-second time penalty for multiple collisions. I imagine that'd be around the S's. The S's are catching so many people out.
It can be very challenging. So at the moment the gap still holds at 4.2 seconds, 4.1 seconds, now down to 4 seconds, or between 4.4 and 4.2 seconds at the moment between race leader and P2. But Daniel P45 is right behind the Haas of Hippo Man, and Daniel P45 is on the faster tyre. Shadow Moses there with a 3-second time penalty. And he's coming into the pits now. He's going to serve his drive-through. It's Lincoln Dave up into 3rd. 5th, sorry. No, 4th. I'll get it right in a minute. 3rd time lucky. So Daniel P45 now. Is he going to overtake the Haas? Ooh. A bit of defending there. Hard defending. Daniel P45 has not been able to make the move work this time for him. Immortal and Scotsman looking very racy currently. Catching on to Jamie.
Yeah, gap is now 2.6 seconds. That gap is coming right down, guys. Daniel P45 still remains within half a second of Haroldinho. And this time Daniel P45 is able to make the move up the back straight. Nice DRS overtake there from Daniel P45. will Jessie Razor have a go at Papa Smurf on this back straight as she opens up her DRS to close in on a little bit further, and she's using her overtake button. How much overtake? Oh, they're both using their overtake button to give the car, so Papa Smurf will be doing it to defend, whereas Jessie wants to close that gap in, and she's slowly chipped away at it. Currently 2.2 seconds between the race leader and Scotsman. And Immortal has caught up with Scotsman by the looks of it.
Scotsman had the moment out of turn 1, a bit of a oversteer.
It's unfortunate that he's still closing in on P1, but look at this, Immortal could be spoiled the party here. Jessie Racer, she comes out of the S's now. Needs to get past Papa Smurf in that Ferrari. Coming around now. With a twisty first second. Jessie Razor's got a 3-second time penalty. She's gone for the move on the inside already. And now she's just going to use her DRS and batteries to get away from the Ferrari. Ooh, right, top 3 is now getting within a second.
Oh, Scotsman.
Scotsman with a penalty, that's not going to work well. You could have just gifted Jamie the win.
Check. If you can get past me and pull a 3-second gap, should be good. But currently I keep P2 because the motor does have 6 seconds for penalties.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Do apologise. I only slept for 2 hours today, so I'm a little bit tired. Papa Smurf is on a fresh set of hards. Can he take the fastest lap? Well, we won't know. That'll have to be for standards to work out, because once again, Cody's and their little game glitches. We've got the fastest lap of 14 seconds. Wow, I want that F1 car.
Scotsman will be getting DRS up the main straight now on Jamie.
But then he's also got to watch for Immortal behind him, who's going to also have DRS.
Scotsman will get past.
And Scotsman, yeah, lovely jubbly there from Scotsman.
He'll need to start walking on that gap. Oh, it's Jamie.
Jamie's just got a 3-second time penalty, so it's a level playing field now between Jamie and Scotsman.
Scotsman just needs to take his time and try and fend off Immortal in the better tyre.
Faster soft. He has got 4 laps or 3.5 laps left to do it. From what seemed to be such a poor qualifying result, has RSF1 Scotsman managed to do what no one would think would be possible and pull back for the win. Manera is currently sizing up for Haroldina, I think, for a move. Oh no, the other way round. So he opens up his DRS and overtake button. Yes, that's a nice overtake there from Manera by the looks of it. DRS open using his battery pack. And gets ahead of the Haas, whereas the Haas tucks behind to get a slipstream to fight back, but doesn't be so successful. Immortal though is right behind the behind the Renault of Jamie 24. Oh, no, there was no contact there.
Looked like a decent day for Renault.
Yeah.
He was scoring decent
Jamie's just got
points.
another 3-second time penalty, so that's now him with 6.
If he can hold off Immortal, he'll keep second. And Lincoln, I believe, does have 12 seconds worth of penalties, so he should get third.
That was also a 2-second time penalty. Okay, so they both got the DRS. Emma's just got a 3-second time penalty. And he's making gains through the field.
C flies by Haroldinho. Jesse's on the back of Starfin.
Can she get herself into the points? Not quite, not this time. She's got another couple of laps to do it on.
Nope, sure done.
Oh, she got it, yep. So she's now in scoring 1 point this evening.
And what are all over the back of Jamie?
Yep. Jamie's gonna have to defend. And is not able to because the faster tyre of the Red Bull has dominated him pretty much. Forced maneuver there with a 3-second time penalty.
Scotsman currently looking really good to the win.
Definitely, definitely.
That's false.
Moses there with another 3-second time penalty. Right, let's have a quick recap of what penalty situations are, guys. So, at the moment, RSF1 Scotsman has a 3-second time penalty. Immortal has 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Lincoln, Jamie, 12. Daniel P45, 9. RSF1, Force Manure, 21 seconds. Andy Yuzgin, 6 points. Oh, sorry, 6 seconds worth of penalties. Harold Dino has got 21 seconds worth of penalties. RSF1 Locker has got 21 seconds worth of penalties. And Immortal's just got 9 seconds worth of penalties.
Which Jamie could be back in for second place now. If they can keep that gap.
Yep. So Scotsman is just putting his foot down, and Yuzgin has just got another 3-second time penalty as well, so he's not enjoying his time at the back of the grid at the moment, or in the mid-pack. Okay. Right, so penultimate lap. We're about to start the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. RSF1 Scotsman. So remember also, guys, to vote for Driver of the Day, you need to log on to our Twitter page, which just go on your Twitter account and look for RSF1 Racing or Racing Series F1. It is a managed account. We do our daily driver polls on there for who's Driver of the Day, and where all the latest information about the league is when we update it every so often. So it's final lap now for RSF1 Scotsman. He has had a bit of a toil of a race, but troubles and tribbles, but he has managed to pull off what looked to be a very challenging race for him. Now coming down turn 10 for the last time. And up the back straight for the last time as well. Papa Smurf is the only one at the moment without a penalty. So it'll be interesting to see how much time they gain. So the Scotsman now into the last sector for the final time of the evening. Block of a 3-second time penalty. The last minute. Okay, now the final two corners for RSF1 Scotsman. Final corner now as his crew are on the side of the wall as he now crosses the line and takes the victory of the USA Grand Prix. Jamie does take second through penalties, Immortal in third. Lincoln Day will be the next person to cross the line as they come through the long right-hander. Now through the last two corners on the hard tyres. Ooh, gets a little bit of a slip out there and crosses the line in P4. Daniel P45 next with Ananda Yuzgin right behind him, trying to snap away the position on the soft tyres. Locks the wheels up slightly. Can Daniel P45 hold on to it? Yes, he can! 0.050 ahead as they cross the line. The AlphaTauri keeps fifth. Papa Smurf about to cross the line. Papa Smurf jumps up to 9th. Jesse Racer jumps up to 7th for having no penalties. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is all she wrote. It is now about to be Stars Orphaned across the line. And there we go, guys, here is your race winner. And a candidate I am sure will be for driver of the day. It's RSF1 Scotsman, but the game does reckon it goes to Immortal. But remember, the game does not decide driver of the day, our Twitter feed does. So, Toxic, would you like to invite the three podium winners into the lobby?
Sure.
So Alpha there securing another good haul of points for their overall constructors contention. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is your race today. RSF from Scotsman takes victory, Jamie takes second, Immortal in third, P4 goes to Lincoln Dave, P5 Daniel P45, 6th Andy Yuzgin, 7th Jesse Racer, nice recovery there from having that qualifying ban and starting last. Force Manura in 8th, 9th goes to Papa Smurf, 10th goes to Haldinho, 11th goes to RSF and Noka Kabuki in 9th in the Mercedes there, so Mercedes not scoring any points. Stars Orphan in 13th, 14th is Timmer 1911 and Shadow Moses in the Haas in 15th. RSF on Source and the other Mercedes finishes in 16th, and then 17th and 18th your DNFs are XFR Invade and Cops 8733. Welcome to the podium, guys. Please ensure that you tick the box on your Xbox party to include your audio into the stream.
Done. Yeah, done.
Okay. Right, Toxic. Would you like to take the interviews, or do you want to share them?
You can do Fodden first, and I'll do second.
Okie dokie, no problemo whatsoever. So, where do I need to go? So, Immortal.
Hello, hello.
Is it your first podium? Hello. Is it your first? It's not your first podium for us, is it?
No, I've had a couple, I think.
You've had a couple now.
I don't know. But
Okay, so P3, unfortunately, there for you. Good race from you there, but unfortunate penalties got the better of you and snatched that P2 away from you. Tell us it from your perspective.
well, it didn't start great with me and Scotsman, did it? In in quali, he was quite close to me, and then I saw the arrow, so I swerved left, and obviously I clearly just swerved into his path rather than out of his way. So we both got our 5-place grid pen, so starting a lot further back than we both wanted to, but I don't know, I seem to hang on to the mediums quite well, so it enabled me to go to the softs and then catch up to these pair. But DRS took the win away from me because Scotsman caught Jamie at the wrong time, and then Jamie held on to Scotsman for a bit too long, so I couldn't really do much. And then I was just pushing to get the win on track. I knew I wouldn't win on pens by Scotsman, but pushed too far and screwed up the first section, giving Jamie second.
Yeah, sometimes that happens though, my friend, but you two starting further back in the grid did spice the race up for us for a little bit. It made it a very interesting race for us. So we are moving to we're off to Mexico next week, which I do believe off the top of my head next week is the final week of racing for our Christmas break. How do you find? Is it Mexico a track that you favour or loathe, or is it just one of those tracks that you just get on with it?
Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. I don't mind it. So we'll see. I'll probably be somewhere in the midfield.
Well, congratulations on P3. I'm sure your team will appreciate the big account of points into their constructors totalings. Right, over then to P2, and I hand you over to Toxic CW in the Renault. It's Jamie 24 P2.
Evening, Jamie. You had a good race there, looked really strong from the start. How do you feel the race went?
I feel like I threw it away in the first stint. I wasn't aggressive. I saw a lot of penalties behind me. I was trying to manage it. I wasn't really expecting Scotsman to put this on. I didn't love to medium was partly my fault for not being aggressive enough.
You're a little bit quiet there, Jamie. Is there any chance you could turn your mic up a little bit?
Better?
Say again?
Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit better. I think you'll be coming through a bit better now on the stream.
I was just saying, I threw it away at the start. I didn't expect Scotsman to do a soft to medium. I didn't know it was possible, and I could have been more aggressive at the start. I was just trying to manage the gap and not get a penalty, and that's where I went wrong. I just didn't have the pace on the hards that I thought I had in practice.
Yeah, that's a shame though. Sometimes, like because of the weather conditions, can always throw in whether the tyres work better or not. So it's always a challenging one. So you still got P2.
Yeah, I was really confused about my first penalty because I only had one warning before it, and so I think after I got that first penalty after 2 warnings, I sort of lost my head and was trying to gain the time and then not getting more. Just threw it away. So that's when I knew I had to just stick within a little gap and hope I can get P2.
And that you did. So moving on next week to Mexico, how do you feel about that one?
I mean, last game I liked it, but I haven't touched it on this game, so I feel like I like the S sections, like with USA and Japan, like the first sectors. I do like that type of track, so I'm hoping I can do well. Just have to see.
Yeah, well done P2, bringing home some good points for Renault. Hopefully we'll see you here back next week.
hopefully.
Well done.
Okay. Right. Again, this is getting an all too familiar sight and seeing. P1, Alfa Romeo driver, of course. RSF1 Scotsman.
Yes.
Congratulations, sir, on the victory.
Thank you.
Unfortunate there that you got that qualifying penalty there.
That's
Start
2 weeks in a row.
P8.
2 weeks in a row I've had a 5-place grid penalty. And
Well,
I was like, what the WTF on that one? But it is what it is. The 2 has got a grid penalty. There's nothing else we can do about it, so it's all good.
well, it seems to work in your favour though, because you've managed to call it right every single time. You won last week as well, didn't you?
Aye, I won that, but that was I think that was another decent tyre strategy.
Yeah, and again, you've outplayed the rest of the field on your tyre strategy this week, and also today's victory, providing obviously you don't get no penalties or no other drivers are inflicted penalties, you will have a 67-point lead over second place.
Is that right? Did Jesse no get 6 points or something like that? So
That's with the positions as they are at the moment.
right.
So Jessie Racer managed to get P7, so she managed to score some points, but obviously you have got the full 25 points there for the race victory, so you've made a massive dent into you've made a massive stride into your championship challenge. So with 3 races left to go for the rest of the season, means 75 points in total, 78 points in total if you get the fastest laps. Just a good couple of results and you've taken that championship away.
Yep. I knew that sort of coming into this as well. That's why I have pretty much practiced all week. I think I've practiced a good I've done 2 90-minute practices today. I've done a 90-minute practice yesterday with the race. I've also done another race today because I wanted to check how far the softs and the mediums would go. So I've done a full race just specifically doing medium to soft or soft to medium. But at the start, it wasn't the right tyre strategy that I picked because I went for the softer compound, which meant I couldn't go for mediums in Q2 or I was going to go medium to soft. But as soon as I seen Jamie pitting, I think it was lap 13, I either knew he was going to have to pit again or he was going on to the hards, which meant I think I was 8.5 seconds behind him, and I knew I would just chip away at that. But the first, when did I pit? I pitted at the end of lap 11, I think. So the first 11 laps were so hard because I had damage. I had front wing damage. It was so hard, like coming round the big long right hand bend where I collided into the back Mortal. And I just couldn't take that at full pace. I had to drop a gear and just try and get around that way. I was losing. People were just catching up, and I just had to keep them behind me. But then I was, at 1 minute I think I was like 8th. Next thing I looked, I was like 2nd or 3rd. Behind Lincoln Dave, I think it was. And I managed to just overtake him when I was going into the pits. But Morrow, did you get damage just when you tapped the back of me before the DRS straight?
Oh no, I didn't. You obviously
No.
broke because you were overtaking someone at the same time, weren't you?
Well, I
on
looked,
that-
I just peeked out and then I popped back in. And then when I put the brakes on, I seen you coming and I
Yeah, I
just
thought
jumped
you'd
forward.
be fast around that corner, and I didn't obviously want to fall behind you because I know you're
Aye.
faster than I am normally. So I was like, I've got to stick with this guy. Then you broke a bit earlier than I expected. And it was only a tiny tap. Like I wasn't expecting any damage either way. But
As I say, when the bump happened, I thought, oh, he's got to get damage off of that. And then you were still catching up with me, and I thought, no, he's definitely not got damage. But
again, I know I keep saying this pretty much every week. I wasn't expecting the win. I was expecting round about mid-table in the points anyway. I was expecting. I haven't been feeling it. And Jamie and even Andy on their time trial times, I can't get anywhere near them on that.
Yeah, now you know I'm a one lap merchant. I'm good in the quality in one lap, but apart from that, it's not so.
That's it. You're smashing it in like the qualifying, but the amount of practice I put in for my race pace, I think that's where. But
Okay, so Scotsman, sorry to butt in there, but we need to get things under wraps. Moving on next week, Mexico. Obviously, are you looking forward to Mexico, or is it a track that you dislike, or are you saving the big performance for the track after Mexico?
no, I'll just put it to bed next week. That's it. Getting done next
You're
week.
going to try and seal the deal next week, are
Yeah.
you?
I'm a one-trick pony, mate. I just go for the win every single time. I'm no like strategic or anything like that. I just go for it. That's it. Go big or go home.
Okay, right then. So that's it, guys, for F5 this week. So next week, tune in where RSF1 Scotsman is going to try and seal the deal. He wants to lift that crown and not concede, but take away that title away from potential hands of Jesse Racer, who unfortunately has had a spell of bad luck. Tomorrow night, it is Division 1's turn, the pinnacle of the league, the fastest of the fast. At this track around Circuit of Americas, it will be brought to you by Monster Skyline and LR Blazer Guns. So tune in tomorrow at 8 PM on the Twitch stream. Remember, it's twitch.tv/RSF1 Racing. I will get my words out in a minute. Next week, I am back with Toxic for F5 as we go around Mexico for the pinnacle race before our Christmas break. But then it's until next time, guys. See you next week. I've been RSF and Raikkonen. It's been a pleasure to bring to you this race. Congratulations to all our podium sitters.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toxic, for being in co-coms. But until next week, guys, it's good night from us. Good night from RSF1. And always remember, guys, keep safe, keep vigilant,